Under the cloak of a starry night, a solitary hunter set out on a quest to find sustenance for his village. It was a harsh winter, and their stores of food were nearly depleted. As he stepped out from the warmth of the longhouse, the biting winter wind nipped at his skin, yet it was nothing compared to the gnawing hunger within. After a grueling night of tracking, the sun finally peeked over the horizon at the base of a distant ridge. Something caught the light of the dawn. It seemed out of place amidst the surroundings. The glistening black surface shimmered in stark contrast to the pristine white snow as the hunter approached. He held his breath. Before him lay an inconceivable beast, a killer whale stranded on land. It was never meant to touch the earth, and fear wrestled with awe in the hunter's heart. The whale's body bore massive lacerations. The hunter knew of only one creature capable of plucking the whale from the sea and depositing it here, and as if to confirm his thoughts, a low rumble of thunder echoed through the trees. He had to return to the village and share his discovery, though perhaps they would not believe him. He found a feather on the ground as long as a canoe. Returning to the village, propelled by the light of day, the end of his journey, and the excitement of his news, the hunter made it back in a fraction of the time it took to leave. Welcome to the mysteries of mythology. As the hunter emerged from the forest's edge, the sun shone upon the village, a cluster of long houses enshrouded in the morning mist. The feather silently testified to his tale, fluttering behind him like a banner. The villagers gathered, their eyes wide with disbelief and wonder, as he recounted his encounter. The elders convened an urgent meeting. Some believed it was a gift from the great birds of the sky. Others feared that if the Thunderbird had intended it as a gift, the whale would not have been left so far away. Hunger emboldened some villagers, interrupting the elders, a boldness they had never shown before. Soon, shouts turned into a mob, and against the elders' protests, men and women paddled their canoes up the river to the prairie where the whale lay. The hunter wondered if what they were doing was right, but his stomach only rumbled in response to another peal of thunder by evening. The entire whale had been cut into pieces, and the tribe had set up campfires to cook meals where they had found it. The canoes were laden with blubber and oil, which would last for many more moons. The villagers rejoiced, relieved to be free from such intense hunger. But as the sun began to set, the hunter, looking towards the horizon, saw darkness approaching swiftly. At first, he thought it was just the night falling, but it was moving much too fast. The hunter was filled with dread at what he saw next, though he could not see the creature's full form. He saw the belly of a giant bird drawing near, occasionally its large talons piercing the clouds, and with each flap of its wings, thunder shook the forest. He saw the glowing eyes of the Thunderbird, and as it screeched, a flash of lightning lit the sky as if it were day. Once again, the terrible truth dawned on the villagers. The whale had not been a gift. It began to rain, then turned into hail, with hailstones as large as boulders. The villagers screamed as they tried to flee, but the hail beat them to the ground in the horror of the situation. Even worse, those who had eaten the meat of the Thunderbird's whale began to turn to stone. What was once a bustling prayer ground of village, RS now stood as a silent field of stone figures. The Thunderbird exacted its revenge and returned to the horizon, leaving behind a clear, sunny sky. When the elders finally arrived, they found the prairie filled with rocks from one end to the other, and they could still discern the whale's massive head and ribs, also turned to stone. The story of the stolen whale is one of many tales of the Thunderbird's power. A key point to consider is that the term native or indigenous Americans is often associated with a single or similar civilization. However, there are 626 federally recognized tribes in the United States spread across diverse landscapes, such as grasslands, deserts, mountains, and wetlands. And even more when you account for variations and unregistered tribes. The cultural and linguistic differences among ancient tribes are as vast as those between French and Japanese. Despite these differences, The tale of the Thunderbird is a common thread woven through the mythologies of tribes from the tip of South America to the Arctic regions of Canada. The Anishinaabe, also known as the Ojibwe in the Great Lakes region, regard the Thunderbird as a sacred and powerful guardian. This supernatural entity, known in their language as Enochiai, is believed to create rain, wind, and thunderstorms with its wings and eyes. The thunder is said to be the sound of the Thunderbirds striking their wings against the hills, while the lightning is attributed to the flashing of their eyes. In Ojibwe mythology, the Thunderbird is a creation of Nanabozo, a spirit in Anishinaabe storytelling, tasked with fighting underwater creatures and protecting humans from evil spirits. These Thunderbirds are seen as spirits of the sky realm, linking the physical and spiritual worlds and revered as protectors. They are said to bring storms from the south during spring and take them away in the fall. The Thunderbird's image is prominent in Anishinaabe culture, featuring in art, totem poles, rock art, and other cultural artifacts for the Menominee tribe of Wisconsin. The Thunderbird holds a special place as a guardian of noble character in Anishinaabe culture. They believe the Thunderbird resides atop a floating mountain in the sky, controlling the rains. Each Thunderbird is thought to represent different aspects of nature, symbolized through various colors and directions in their stories. These Thunderbirds are also warriors who battle against horned snakes, known as Mishizibi, to protect mankind. The Lakota people view the Thunderbird as a sacred and formidable force, envisioned as colossal eagles. Their wings are said to create thunder as they clap across the plains, and the Lakota associate the Thunderbird with hunting success and the unpredictable forces of nature. The Haida of the northwest coast described the Thunderbird as a shape-shifting entity capable of carrying a lake on its back. This portrayal links the Thunderbird to the mysteries of rain and the sea, emphasizing its power over the natural world. There are many more variations of the Thunderbird myth, from the backward-speaking Thunderbird of Shoshone mythology to the rain-bringing and life-affirming symbol in the Hopi and Zuni cultures of the Southwest. This diversity shows the Thunderbird's significance, whether seen as a powerful protector, a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, or an emblem of natural forces. The Thunderbird's legacy transcends the boundaries of ancient myths and enters the realm of modern culture. Its name graces sports teams and inspires characters in popular media, like the Harry Potter franchise, and even lends itself to the iconic Ford Thunderbird car. Although the Thunderbird exists in the realm of legend, it also flutters at the edges of scientific curiosity. Scholars and historians have pondered the roots of the Thunderbird myth, with some proposing that it could stem from ancient encounters with real creatures. Some theorize that the origins of the Thunderbird may have come from ancient discoveries of pterosaur fossils, a large prehistoric flying reptile. However, the Thunderbird's depictions with feathered wings and avian features differ from the reptilian fossils, suggesting a unique creation influenced by cultural and spiritual values. Another theory links the Thunderbird to the terrorbird, a massive extinct bird, proposing that encounters with early Native Americans inspired the legend, adding to the mystery with historical accounts and modern sightings of giant birds. Other claims of its existence come from 19th century tales of cowboys encountering giant bird-like creatures in Arizona, and modern reports of enormous birds silhouetted against the sky. Although none of this has been validated, this might be a good time to appease the gods of mythology with a quick ritual. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. The stories and beliefs surrounding the Thunderbird under the richness and diversity of Native American cultures, from the Menominee's floating mountain dwellers to the Ojibwe's moral forces. Each tribe's interpretation of the Thunderbird reflects its unique worldview and relationship with nature. These stories passed down through generations are not just relics of the past, but living narratives that continue to shape tribal identities and value. Yes, today, the Thunderbird, a creature of myth and legend, holds profound wisdom for us all. It invites us to look beyond the surface, to explore the depth of our cultural heritage, and to learn from the rich tapestry of stories that shape our understanding of the world as we navigate the complexities of modern life. The Thunderbird stands as a sentinel, urging us to remember our roots, respect nature, and live with a sense of responsibility and care for the world around us. Share your stories and experiences related to the Thunderbird or Native American myths in the comments below.